I checked into the old Grand Victorian Hotel on a chilly autumn evening. The hotel had a certain charm with its vintage decor and antique furnishings, but there was an air of mystery that hung heavy in the hallways. My room, number 503, was located at the end of a dimly lit corridor far from the bustling lobby. As I entered the room, I immediately felt a strange presence. The air was thick and cold, and an unsettling silence enveloped the space. I tried to shake off the feeling and settled into the large, creaky bed. The rain outside created a rhythmic tapping on the window, lulling me into a sense of false security. Around midnight, I was jolted awake by a series of faint whispers. At first, I thought it was the wind, but as the whispers grew louder, I realized they were coming from inside the room. My heart raced as I strained to hear the words. "Why are you here? Leave now." The voice was low and gravelly, sending shivers down my spine. I turned on the bedside lamp, casting a dim light across the room. There was no one there, but the whispers continued, growing more insistent. "Get out, before it's too late." Panic set in as I searched the room for the source of the whispers. Suddenly, I noticed a cold breeze coming from the closet. The door creaked open slowly, revealing a dark void. Summoning all my courage, I stepped closer and peered inside. A figure emerged from the darkness, an old man with hollow eyes and a twisted expression. His clothes were tattered, and his face was etched with torment. He raised a skeletal finger and pointed at me, his voice a chilling whisper. "You must leave. He won't let you stay." Terrified, I stumbled back and tried to leave the room, but the door wouldn't budge. The whispers grew louder, filling my mind with a sense of impending doom. The old man stepped closer, his eyes burning with intensity. "He is coming, you cannot escape." In a frantic attempt to escape, I pushed against the door with all my might. Finally, it swung open and I bolted down the hallway, not daring to look back. As I reached the lobby, the whispers faded and the air grew warmer. The next morning, I checked out of the Grand Victorian Hotel, my heart still pounding from the experience. The manager gave me a knowing look as I handed him the key. "Room 503 has always been a troubled room," he said quietly. "You're not the first to encounter its ghostly inhabitant. Consider yourself lucky to have escaped." It was a moonless night when three friends, Jack, Ryan, and Mike, decided to take a walk through the quiet streets of their small town. The air was crisp, and the only sounds were the rustling leaves and their footsteps echoing on the empty road. They chatted and laughed, enjoying the eerie tranquility of the night. As they approached the outskirts of town, they found themselves on Dark Hollow Road, a place known for its unsettling silence. The road was flanked by tall, barren trees that cast long, twisted shadows. The friends felt a chill run down their spines but brushed it off as the cold night air. Suddenly, Jack stopped in his tracks, his eyes wide with fear. "Did you see that?" he whispered, pointing to the side of the road. Ryan and Mike followed his gaze and saw a shadowy figure standing under a flickering street lamp. The figure was tall and gaunt, with hollow eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness. "Let's keep walking," Mike suggested, trying to sound brave. But as they continued, the shadowy figure seemed to follow them, appearing and disappearing in the corners of their vision. The friends quickened their pace, their hearts pounding in their chests. "Maybe it's just our imagination," Ryan said, trying to calm himself. But deep down, they all knew something was terribly wrong. As they reached the end of Dark Hollow Road, the figure vanished and they breathed a sigh of relief. But their relief was short-lived. As they turned onto a new street, the shadowy figure reappeared, this time closer and more menacing. It seemed to glide effortlessly, its hollow eyes fixed on them. Panic set in and the friends broke into a run, their footsteps echoing through the empty streets. No matter how fast they ran, the figure was always there, lurking in the shadows. They could hear its whispers, a chilling voice that sent shivers down their spines. "Leave this place. You don't belong here." Desperate to escape, they ducked into an alleyway, hoping to lose the ghostly figure. But as they turned the corner, they found themselves face to face with the apparition. It reached out a skeletal hand, and the air grew colder, freezing them in place. "Why are you here?" the ghostly figure demanded, its voice a haunting whisper. "We didn't mean to disturb you," Jack stammered, his voice trembling with fear. The figure's hollow eyes seemed to bore into their souls. "This place is cursed. Leave now and never return." With that, the figure vanished, leaving the friends standing in the cold, dark alley. They wasted no time in fleeing the scene, their hearts racing as they made their way back to the safety of their homes. The next day, they shared their terrifying experience with the townspeople, who revealed the dark history of Dark Hollow Road. It was said that a man had died there under mysterious circumstances, and his restless spirit haunted the area, seeking vengeance on those who dared to trespass. Jack, Ryan, and Mike never walked that road again, and the memory of that night stayed with them forever, a chilling reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead.